I submit to you that they just changed tactics. They actually changed the company store concept, but it's still here. It's alive and kicking. Why? Because in America, which is a consumer-driven economy, it depends on people continuing to buy. Good morning. It is Wednesday, October 1st. Welcome back, Gen X, and all those who want to learn from our wisdom. I got some bad news for you. The government is shut down. 750,000 government workers will be furloughed. The military is going unpaid. Subsidies for electric vehicles have expired. Those federal subsidies, they've gone away. Good news is Congress is still getting paid. And in addition to that, the rent is due today. You might be looking at all of this chaos and all the other stuff with tariffs and rising prices and everything and saying to yourself, the system's broken and it has to be fixed. But I want to ask you this question. What if the system isn't broken? What if the system is working exactly as it was designed to work? I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that. Everybody knows the story of America. 1776, the country was formed. The Constitution was set in stone, and we became an independent nation functioning as such. What people don't generally understand is that this country was formed to benefit owners. It was formed to benefit landowners. It was formed to benefit business owners, right? And it was formed to benefit equity owners. So if you owned any of these things, the laws and the tax code was set to benefit you. Now, fast forward. What do these people need in order to function at their level? They need a relatively uneducated workforce, i.e. the lower to middle class, to fill their businesses and produce goods and services so that they can make money. Now, I'm going to take you back to a concept that is old in America, but it's actually something that was the case. And I want to talk to you about the company town. Now, some of you may know about this. The company town was a place where there was generally a factory of some sort, right? And the workers showed up there and they produced all kinds of goods and services. Now, in the company town, there was a general store. And in the general store, you bought all of your goods, right? But they also didn't want people to leave the company town because that would mean that they lost some measure of control over them. So what did they do? Well, they built apartment houses. They built little individual homes. You know, just like you see in Monopoly, those little tract homes that were built there. And that's where the people lived. Now, in order to buy anything, you had to buy from the company store. That was your food, that was your clothing, that was your furniture, everything. Everything was provided on site. And then you didn't make enough money to afford this stuff, so what did the company do? The company extended credit. They extended credit to you. So you didn't make enough money working here, so the company said, okay, well, that's okay. We'll extend credit to you. But what that did is it meant that they sunk deeper and deeper into debt while servicing the needs of the company. And if they left, they wanted to leave, they couldn't because they owed all of this money from the debt that they had accrued. They were trapped in a circle of go to the store and buy, go to work to pay for it, come back home, sleep, go to the store, go to work, back and forth, and they never got out. Then we got unions and people protested, blah, 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 and they kind of broke down the company thing. I submit to you that they just changed tactics. They actually changed the company store concept, but it's still here. It's alive and kicking. Why? Because in America, which is a consumer-driven economy, it depends on people continuing to buy. And with that cycle of buying, debt is extended. And debt is accrued by people, and they continue to buy, and they get trapped in this cycle. Gotta go to work to pay the bills. Come home, buy this stuff. Gotta go to work to pay the bills. Come home, buy this stuff. Gotta go to work to pay the bills. Come home, buy this stuff. So what happens is the rich know how to play this game. They know how to take advantage of the tax code. They know how money works. And so they don't worry. They continue to prosper. Meanwhile, the lower and middle class continue to get poorer and poorer and poorer, because as the dollar gets less and less buying power, inflation outpaces it, things get more expensive, there's always more stuff to buy, and they want you to continue buying this stuff. The crux of this is, in order to get out of it, you've got to understand the tax code, you've got to understand how money works, and you've got to stop playing this debt game, because it is crushing you and keeping you down. I am going to show you how to get out of that in the next episode so that you can break out of this giant company town that they have us in, and you can continue on toward financial freedom and designing the life that you desire. But it's going to require action on your part, and I'm going to show you what those action steps are in the next episode.